enti ya hwe mo ntem no nti monka mom ene kwafuro ya bomb tin kwasan asema China kan ayo
wawura o madwunum
ene wa mede o monsa akwohye nkrata ase na se ne bra anopa ya o makosensan so efina de kro wo mo enkubio wo mo kaka bom ayemua
ene Israel for dia face
ene kwafe so
ayo
na no na 40 ta ya hu say such America eta Israel chi ena China ne America so nka enti China adwuna wo de kaka mbo mu no adwun bi
adwenfo adwenbone
enya atwom boni wom
nje say America for be den
wo plano
ai na say dia wiase no wo fa say wana wo kan yo chese we ne dia we ne alliance bi no mo kokoko so
ni padre
yes
nje say anon kramofo no ba omonsema China for so China ayade China kan kramofo na bom na so kramofo kan kramofo na bom adwuna tachire ne say wo mo ho nya dene na America so be support Israel wo mo
na China so akotai Palestinian for
na wodo bia do pa bom bia hu
wo fa se ne Putin so be wuram ta China for ne Hamas for
na kan say
wo fa na we ye kwai ayu wo fa se ye wo DLFM silver lady
silver
search rese wo se ben kan cho so orgasm news no wa no de je ne fam no akobo drive no na unim dia wa de fra me no wo se wo sere sa nti wo fra ya Mr and Mrs Bean ai
Mr B
ai wadi amami nu mienu
oh silver no ya de
me santon kramfa ma se juma mi nu mienu di orgasm news no so wa ka cha Daddy Lumba se o mepochi mi nu mienu nkoye orgasm news e wo DLFM silver lady na se men kan kire
Daddy Lumba metoye
mi nu mienu nko e DLFM koye orgasm news en sama silver lady ke kapa wo mi phone so wo fa
silver so da be jiri di wo ya okaka sa no na Lumba betimi atoye
me say wasi chese wo tani o ma say ye word no wasi ano no wotie
ano kan dia no kre
na minim da
o silver dia no kre
no wasi wasira na Mr and Mrs B na wo fra mi no mienu
Daddy Lumba
wasi daddy woska
yeah
o mana na fie tie wura osi o pa Daddy Lumba chao na pa chao na first camera na we
ya mi esa akoya be wa ha odi e
wo DLFM wo fa
ye fira en kwadwere ho
several ladies say so na programs head
ai
and someone working
na wa gwan
na so pa chao na first camera
anyway enje busa fa de ya de da bia ji ani o enje ha emu nya kura ha de emu nya kura wu our friend Kojo Dixon
Mama Agazem abofo krokro sanitation ambassador one na atwa tu ni nwa 2 fingers atwa enju cola enju peach mango orange da amodro sawa broni mampanyi testify bi atwa dombo ya Niger of Atrase Gabon Terminator why say Kenya crave ka of America eti of Jamiama radio ama bibia enche bia
so me sorry anopa enam se me din nafa lady clean esiesie me hunti no eni chi a me di sorry efrimpam eye sonko adwuma mu nso me to make come me ho eye adwuma yie se ne ese enam se me din nafa lady clean eni esiesie me ho so people adwuma can or the befie edem. Me stretch your cra, and nam send the Nafa Lady Clean, and a CSC me home. Nafa Lady Clean, a feminine hygiene washer, a poor SSC or bar, what he fee, or mra won't think carbonidia. Nafa Lady Clean.
Feel confident with Nafa Lady.
This advert has been vetted and approved by
At Souvenirs and More, we are your all-in-one destination for imported and locally branded items of the highest and unmatched quality. For your silicone wristbands, air freshness,
lapel pins,
pens,
diaries,
name tag,
flags,
power bank,
exercise books,
key holders,
paper bags,
banners,
stamps,
business cards, and many more.
We provide you with nothing less than impeccable service that will keep you more than satisfied at unbeatable prices and with flexible payment plans.
Locate us at the La Paz station in Accra, Newtown. Please do call and WhatsApp us on 0575 329 333 and 02333 29333 for prompt response, or log on to www.souvenirsandmore.com.
What are that? I was for one have a problem. I walk up at you. I didn't miss Uncle. You go, yes. You quite say, any more possible, Mississippi. The children don't pay to me. Oh, Bremba, wait, I am Nurudo ice gel. Waposu, we don't cook, we corner Yawiano, who the first one, a year you might say, the ice block, at 2 million. That's enough to how in us, answer away, I am Nurudo hot gel. Wait, say no, Essipa. So, would it you Waposu? Hey, a best shows market to any pet. I have Farmer Trust Limited, or more Farmer Trust, and no more Aquafat in Boy Abedaswa. Point to Mount, when it's a sea is believing. Mamma Kakra, there's a one down there. Wrong with the manner. Nurudo hot. Check out for way fast. Be a damn fast.
Farmer Trust Pharmacy, providing quality and affordable medicine you can trust. Nurudo Ice, Nurudo Hot Gel, Pins Nibe Jane, FDA, Achi Judi Kratwe Atum.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola.
For all your refreshing moments?
Angel Cola.
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola. Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Election year. It's only in 2004 that Ghana did not overspend in terms of our election year. So we're waiting to watch and see. All are crossing their fingers to see if government will be able to stick to this projection or this target set for the year 2024 that is not going to overspend. It will make sure that its budget deficit is maintained at 4.8%. There's a fiscal responsibility act that has been passed and indicating that government must not spend beyond 5%. And this year, as of last year and this year, because of the IMF program, the Bank of Ghana is committed to net zero financing of government budget. In other words, it's not going to support government in terms of financing government budget for the year 2024. So this is very interesting because it's only Ghana that's going through election this year. A lot of countries are going to the polls this year. We see Namibia, a lot of African countries, Togo, a lot of countries are going. Over 60 countries will be going to the polls this year. And so it's very interesting year 2024. There are a lot of countries will be going to the polls. And so these are some of the numbers that we're looking at. And then if you look at the year 2023 total revenue and grant as of the year, as a third quarter, it was 79.1 billion Ghana cedis. Expenditure stood at 104.6 billion Ghana cedis, and fiscal deficit, that's when you do the calculation, you realize that it's come to 25.5 billion Ghana. That is the revenue, 79, and then we overspent within the third quarter, at the end of third quarter 2023. So if you do the mathematics, you realize it's come to 25.5 billion Ghana cedis. And this is what government is trying to ensure that this year there will be no over expenditure. In other words, we make sure that we operate within what we are projected to spend within the budget, so that the total expenditure for 2024 is 226.7 billion Ghana cedis, as against revenue target 176 billion Ghana cedis. So The IMF, the policeman, as we do say, is in town to make sure that government will operate within its bands or the target set at the close of 2024. So first half 2023, we did 3.2%. But this year, first half of the year, the growth rate was 4.7%. And that merely influenced the decision by the Bretton Woods institution to review their growth rate projection from 2.8% to 3%, because there are clear signs that some inflow that is coming to the country is driving growth. And so that is how come this Bretton Woods institution is trying to review its growth rate. Now, we take a look at the budget itself. When it was presented by the then finance minister, he named it Nkunim budget because, according to him, the theme was pursuing growth and development within a stable macroeconomic environment. And this was when he presented the budget in November 2023. So to him, it was Nkunim budget, and he projected that the GDP, the total size of Ghana's GDP, will hit the 1 trillion mark close the year 2024. So that will be the first time, if all things go as projected, then the economy size will hit 1 trillion Ghana cedi mark at the end of 2024. But we're expecting the finance minister to come to the house and tell us where we are in terms of the size of the GDP growth rate, even though the figures are yet to come, because normally it will hit the third quarter before the Ghana Statistical Service will be able to tell us where we are in terms of GDP growth rate. So as of now, we don't know the GDP growth rate for the second half, which is just pan out, and that is June. So that will be available after the third quarter. So the Ghana Statistical Service will help us out in that regard. But in terms of inflation, we are still at 22.8% as of June. July is still running. So to him, the budget will prioritize key areas like domestic revenue mobilization. So the finance minister expected in the House to tell us whether this target or this priority is being, done to ensure that we ramp up domestic revenue mobilization. And that is what is happening. And if you listen to traders, they are saying that, look, things are hard and difficult because if you go to Tama Port, cost of doing business is shut up because government is taking so much from them. And that's how come into cushion traders as well. We've seen that a launch of about 8.2 billion Ghana cedi SME finances scheme to be rolled out by the finance ministry and other related ministries to ensure that this is the pressure on the traders, because this is coming. The fund is going to be pushed out there at a reduced interest rate compared with what is happening on the market. Policy rate is now around 29%. So which means that if this is done, then the traders will give a sigh of relief, but cost of expenditure, cost of doing business is still high on the market. So again, one of the target priority area was to expenditure streamlining, to make sure that government streamline its expenditure, to make sure that, yes, expenditure is going to be done, but it must be done at areas that in terms of growth and returns in terms of productivity is high, so that we don't continue on the same trajectory where we over the years been expending more than what we earn, to build local capacity building, export promotion, to export more, because the more we export, the more we are able to rake in foreign exchange to ease the pressure on the local currency. If you go to the Forex Bureau as of today, is the cedis, $1 is 15.3 cedis, 15.3 Ghana cedis. But on the interbank market is around 14.7 Ghana cedis. So it's still high. And social protection, LIP, we told in this budget, LIP has been increased, and infrastructure development. So the finance minister will tell us, where are we in terms of infrastructure development? The government in 2020 and 2021 indicated year of roads. Are we saying that on the ground is being done? Is it being done? Because anytime infrastructure development is being undertaken, it also helped in fueling or increasing a little bit of job creation. And when this happened, the multiplier effect is there, and public sector reforms. So these were some of the targets set in the 2024 budget, which was dubbed Nkunim budget, and it is under the IMF, which is called the budget itself, the program under the IMF. All right, so we now switch over to Morris in Parliament. Is engaging. All right, so Morris will get ready very soon. So, in this budget that is under the IMF, it's tagged post-COVID-19 program for economic growth. That's what they call PCPEG. So, post-COVID program for economic growth. So, after the COVID challenges and the Ukraine-Russian challenges and the debts challenge that was hanging around our neck as a country, the government has successfully gone through two major debt restructuring process, the domestic debt restructuring, even though we are still, some pensioners are crying that government should make sure that it honor its promise in terms of paying them what is due them after the debt restructuring program. So afterwards, this year in May, the government successfully was able to restructure its debt with the standard debt board, the standard Euro bond holders, and that was around $30 billion, which is going to free about $4.7 billion into the Ghanaian economy. So some analysts are still asking, when are we going to see this inflow? Because though this $4.7 billion is not coming from outside, these are monies that should have been used to service debts, but it will remain in the system so that government is not pressed down, or the pressure on our local currency is reduced, because the more we use our currency to change, we change cedis into dollars, then we're going to have a lot of challenge with regard to the cedi depreciation, which has been very difficult over the years. Now, if you look at the board, the TB rate, if you look at the TB rate, is very interesting. So the 91-day TB rate, if you look at it, we did 35%. That was serious in the year 2022. And then 2023, it went, okay, now we switch over to Morris in Parliament. He's engaging some parliamentarians. Morris, if you can hear me.
All right. So, Edward, we're still here in Parliament. Not too long ago, we had the bell ring, summoning all parliamentarians to, come to the floor of Parliament, so that the business of the day will kickstart. So we're still within the Parliament building. We'll quickly speak to some of the MPs and understand exactly what their expectations are as the Minister of Finance comes to review the 2024 budget. I'll speak to MP for Amenfi Central, who is on the ticket of the NDC. Let's gauge his expectations and maybe the understanding of the review process. It's a good afternoon to you, sir. You're welcome to GBC News.
Thank you.
Right. So, what do you expect? We've been able to, successfully clinch a deal with IMF back on track. We've seen cedi stabilize relatively. Inflation is trending down. What are your expectations today?
Okay, let me just say good afternoon to your cherished viewers, and I think you have taken a different view altogether. I thought you would allow me to have my views on this.
I was just setting the background.
Yeah, the background. I don't know that inflation is coming down. I don't know that the cedi has stabilized.
It's trending.
Yeah, totally, I disagree with you. With this budget review, I don't think anything is going to change, because this government has always been promises upon promises. But for me, everything is just going from bad to worse. Yes, if you look at this cedi, I believe it's a 16. So I don't know why you are saying, did it go to 17? No, I've never heard it's gone to 17. It's 16. From 15, it went to 16. But you are saying that it's trending downwards.
I'm saying there's been some relative stability.
Well, stability, I don't know that yet. If from 15 you have gone to 16, everything is going up every daily. The inflation rate is very high, and the price of goods, the price of foodstuffs, everything is high. And I don't see the way out at all, because there's a government that promised that they were going to ease the burden on Ghanaians. Many promises, especially the flag bearer, Dr. Baumia. Yes, we should play back his words, because they said they were never going to the IMF, because it was a legitimate approach. And now they have gone to IMF, and now they are touting themselves as having done well, because they have been able to secure some deal with IMF. This should be drummed out to the people that no, this is dishonest government. And let's talk about the issue of the dollar cedi, because when NDC was leaving power, it was 3.8, and that is where the flag bearer, Dr. Baumia, was giving lectures upon lectures in all the various universities. It was 3.8, and it was unthinkable to him. And he said he made a favorite quotation that you can do all the propaganda you want, but the exchange rate expose you. And now, from 3.8, we have gone to 16. What is he going to say about it? Now he's dodging the economy. He doesn't speak about the economy at all. He's talking about digitalization.
We'll come back to the budget, but we're expecting the finance minister around 10 a.m. It's almost 2 o'clock, and he's still not on the floor. What exactly is happening?
Well, I'm not aware. Our caucus, there's going to be a caucus meeting very shortly. I think it's because of you that I'm waiting. You know, our men all went there. I think when we go there, that's when they are going to tell us the reason why the sitting has delayed. And this is not common. It's not uncommon. Yes, usually when the president is coming or the finance minister is coming, there are some issues to be looked at. So it is not uncommon that these things do happen. But when we go for the meeting, that's where they would disclose.
We hear there is a demand for the District Assembly Common Fund payment. Is that the case?
Well, if that is the demand, as I said, we are now going for a meeting, and the leadership will tell us why we have delayed. But if it is so, I think it's a genuine demand, because people are going to elections and they need a common fund to be able to satisfy their constituencies. I believe the majority will also be in favor, except that they cannot complain because they are on the government side. But I think it's a genuine demand. If that is what is delaying,